Hi, I'm Gemma and welcome back to our Vitalise Daily Devotionals, where this week we are going to be thinking about the theme of forgiveness and the freedom that we can experience when we choose to forgive. I wanted to start though with a challenge to you. If you've got a scrap piece of paper and a pen to hand, I wonder if you can give the following a go. If you are left-handed, then why not have a go at writing your name on that piece of paper with your right hand? And if you're right-handed, have a go at writing it with your left hand. I'll just give you a moment, if you've got paper to hand, to give that a go. I wonder how it made you feel as you were writing. There was probably a naturalness to what you were doing, and forgiveness can be very much like that. It's not a natural reaction and it can feel incredibly unnatural, and it has to be a choice. But the more that we do it, the more natural it can become. I wonder how easy do you find it to show forgiveness to others? If you just think for a moment about those that you are close to, your friends, your family, perhaps people in your class at school or colleagues at work, and you may be able to recall a time when someone or something has happened that has hurt or angered you. And I wonder, in that situation, how did you respond? Quite often we can respond in one of three ways. We might choose to ignore what someone has said or done to us. And this might seem like a good decision at the time, but the problem with ignoring is that we don't deal with the emotion that we feel, and it can begin to eat away at us. It's a little bit like having an open wound on your hand. If you don't treat that open wound, then eventually that wound can start to affect more of your body than it needs to. And in the same way, if we don't deal with the anger and the hurt and the pain that we feel towards someone, then it can begin to eat away at our souls. A second way is that we can get revenge. We can choose to repay the hurt that we feel back towards the person. And sometimes we can go one step further and we can increase through our actions and our words that pain and anger towards that person. Often revenge is kind of the most natural response. It's our knee-jerk response in that situation, but it again doesn't allow us to deal with the anger and the pain and the hurt that we feel. Or we can choose to forgive, and forgiveness is allowing God into that situation to help us to fix the broken relationship. It might be that we can't continue to be in relationship with that person, but what we have done is allow God to work in us to help us to heal the pain. In the same way that we talked earlier about the open wound on our hand and the possibility of ignoring it, actually what we are doing when we choose to forgive is that we are putting a plaster over that wound. We are saying that actually we want the healing process to happen. We are choosing to forgive in order to help that healing process to begin. You know, forgiveness is always the best option. It's not easy to forgive, it's not weakness. It takes strength and courage to forgive, and there is power and freedom in forgiveness. Thank you so much for being with me today. Tomorrow we're going to continue on and to think about why it's so important that we forgive others. So please join me then.